You can't do it yourself. The comp team can't do it themselves. You do have to rely on your partners in operations, sometimes in finance, depending on who you're communicating to. Over communication is incredibly important. If you think that you're communicating enough, you probably aren't. You need to like bang everybody over the head 10 different ways to Sunday to get your message across because you don't know how someone might learn or hear things. And so having the conversation start way earlier in the process is really important. So like it's a kind of a trickle down effect or a waterfall where you start at the top and then you introduce changes to the director level and then you have your manager level and you make sure everybody's on board so you have buy-in, everybody understands the plan. So by the time you get to the rollout, whether it be at kickoff or an operational call before kickoff, whatever the case may be, you have pretty much hit everybody up until that employee perspective. And there's so much that goes into planning the communication to everyone. It's probably the most critical part of the plan because if they don't understand it, it's not going to land. You're not going to hit your strategy. Like none of that matters.
Yeah.
So really being thorough about your communication plan, like planning the communication plan is really important. Identifying all your rollouts is really important when you're doing the whole thing and starting early.
Yeah, I don't think you can over communicate. I mean, salespeople are really busy, right? And so sometimes if it's one email, assume that they're going to read this document. It's easy to miss. So I think it's got to be a little bit of hand holding. The way I've seen it done really well was actually in-person roadshows. So specifically dedicated roadshows to different regions within Rogers, at least across Canada, into some of the key offices. Kind of a partnership with sales operations where the quotas are built. So both in terms of how the commission structure works, but also how the quota design elements work, because there's always a lot of questions. Because really, it doesn't mean a lot to salespeople until they see what their quota is. That's when sort of the rubber hits the road. And so partnering and delivering that along with the leadership support and sort of preempting that, I found that to be a very successful approach.